Welcome to part 3. Can you endure sound doctrine? And I'm going to venture a guess to say doubtful. Because, look how long it has been since Paul established the churches. And how many of them are actually doing like Paul said? How many of y'all are turning away from those that are in seem-not ways? We're not supposed to be bringing that sin into our congregations, yet you want to pull it into the congregation right with you and set it on a pew next to you. Give it a pacifier bottle on a blanket. Here, baby, let me help you. We can be sin brothers together, I guess you could say. I brought up Paul, and how he established the churches. So let's look at that for just a brief moment, shall we? This is 1 Corinthians 11. What does he tell us right here at the outset of 11? Be ye followers of me, even as I am of Christ. Even as he is of Jesus, he's saying. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Are you doing that? No, you are not. You want to let the scribes and the Pharisees and everything else come sit down at the table and feed you what they're eating. Paul rebuked Peter for that when in Rome. Do as the Romans do. Many of you want to go into these other places and fellowship with these other people, and you want to say, I'm non-denominational. Well, I'm sorry. The Bible teaches that there is a denomination. It is called the apostle doctrine. It says to rebuke and exhort with all long-suffering and doctrine. If you don't even know what your doctrine is, how can you do that? Just a question. If you don't even know what your doctrine is, how can you do that? How are you established? I'm established in Jesus. Yes, I am. 100% wholeheartedly. Nothing can separate me from his hand. It is written in this word that not even angels, not principalities, nothing could separate me from his mighty hand. Why? Because his hand is mighty. But if I set it down for sin and walk away, it is I who separated me, not these other things. What do you think the falling away is? It's because people come into the faith and then they choose to walk away because they did not count the cost. They're not willing to pay the cost. The cost isn't just your family. It isn't just your friends and your loved ones. The cost will be your life, likely. It's your life. Well, let me put it this way. It's your life regardless. The cost is your life regardless. Whether it be because your life is forever and irreparably changed, because you lose your loved ones, because you choose to walk with Jesus and they choose not to, and they blacklist you, or because you get the old guillotine. Don't worry, they're Gucci. I've already got into this and looked all that up and found all that out, and they're Gucci. Who needs Prada when you got Gucci, right? Okay, some of y'all don't have the morbid sense of humor that I got, and I know you're probably thinking, why is she laughing? She couldn't get her head chopped off. Well, that might not be the way some of us go. We can only hope that's the way we go. It'd be a lot easier than some of the things some people have gone through. Anyways, gonna get on into this because I know you women are really gonna love this. But if you can't endure sound doctrine, you see, I knew you wouldn't like that out of the duties, because that duties come and know that. Listen, God will dung you. He will prune you, and He'll dig a moat around you if you ain't producing fruit the way He wants you to. And He'll dig that moat or a trench around you, and He'll dung you. You know what dung is, right? Duty. Not Deuteronomies either. Duty, as in cowpucky. Manure. That's right. He'll dung you. He'll really prune you. He'll take them dead branches off that are weighting you down, that won't let you tay in the wind like you need to. You know, the white oak, it tays in the wind, and when the storm is past, it straightens up and it goes on. Yeah. But if you don't tay in the wind the way the Lord wants you to tay in the wind, He'll take them dead branches right off of there, and He'll fling them out of there. And Brother Goob preached a great message. I needed that so bad after everything that had happened in my week in the corner. And yeah, I had me a little pout fest. Hey, if the ministers can do it, I certainly can too. They take them all the time. We've had a few that's took off here lately. Gone off into the wild blue doing their own little thing. They can do that. I can certainly have me a 7-day pout fest. Of course, I didn't get a 7-day pout fest, because the Lord pointed out on the first day that I was pouting too much. It was time to put on the big girl pull-ups and stop acting like a crybaby. I don't like when he gets rough. Sometimes you just want Daddy God to say, it's okay, little one. Have a teddy bear. Go there and sit with your blankie in the corner and suck your thumb. But no, not even a pacifier. Not even a pacifier. Come on. When you're wounded, you need stitches and you need lots of TLC. You don't need to be bumped on your head until you get it through your noggin. This is war. Anyways, getting on into this, trying to throw a little humor in here where I can. Because, yes, I know, this is a rough subject, and I've already took some beatings on this one once before, when I covered it vaguely. And boy, did I get lashed. by people who thought they had the... Y'all have lost your fear of God, by the way. Let me state that. I have not lost my fear of God. I know He is capable of killing me at any moment that He should like. Yes, at some point during this, I'm going to throw in a testimonial about my Jeep wreck in 2020. Because it has been 2 years this month since I walked away from that. And I want y'all to see that. The shape that it was in. Lord's will. I'm going to try to do that through this little segment at some point. And I want you to see that Jeep, because there's some things in there I really would like to have answers to. And I'm going to point that out in the pictures. And, you know, there's some spiritual people out there. I'm sure some of y'all might have some inkling of what was going on during that Jeep wreck. And there's several people out there that knows exactly what was going on. Beast system. Anyways, getting on into this. Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man. Ooh, there's where we're going to have some issues with the women in it, because you all want to wear the pants. Literally, actually. As well as figuratively. And the head of Christ is God. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Yet you see these Jewish people all the time with these little caps on their heads, or with these big brim hats on, and they'll stand at the Western Wall or the Wailing Wall or whatever there, and they'll pray with these things on their head, or they'll take them little scarves that they wear and cover their heads as they pray. Oh, that's right, they're Jew. They don't believe in the New Testament. Well, anyways, they're going to, or they're not going to get into the kingdom of heaven. That's why this must be established. This is why Gentiles, you're supposed to be preaching this. Even today, because Jesus Christ same yesterday, today, and forever. There is nowhere in this Word of God where it says that we can toss all these other books out and just accept 2 or 3 scriptures that Paul taught. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's the only one you just want to take anymore. Well, guess what? You're not keeping that one. And you're certainly not keeping the first, to love God and not put other things before Him, because you have certainly put enough idols before Him. And you've been laying your treasures up here below, because whenever I told y'all that the Lord was coming, I had the gift of perceiving thoughts, and the amount of random thoughts about, not right now, I got this to do, or I got that to do, or I got this to do. No, He's not coming right now. It couldn't possibly be time for Him. You know, if I perceive your thoughts, so did He. Everything I know, He knows. My heart just broke instantly. Because most of y'all were just concerned about what you were and weren't going to get to finish in this life that you had already started. that you wanted to finish or that you were looking forward to. I'll see you in part 4.